Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. So as you can see, my hair is still wet and I literally have no makeup on. Now I did do my skincare already and I thought about how I wanted to do this video, and as you can see there is a green screen behind me. It's been a while since I did a green screen, and hold on, let me adjust this just a little bit. There we go. And so I wanted to do a get ready with me. So I did do my brows because they just take me forever to do, and I'm trying to practice and get better at them, as I have told you guys many times before. So with that said, the only thing I've done besides my skincare routine after I get out of the shower is, and my hair is just a hot mess today, I did do my brows. Now how I did my brows, which they kind of suck, but better than most days. Now I did use, and I'll show you what I used. So I used two different products. The first thing I did use is I went back to Benefit Cosmetics and I did do the Precisely My Brow. And of course there's a spoolie at the end, so I will, with what little brows I do have, and I will show you a picture either here or here of me without any makeup, which you guys have seen on my Instagram. And I will try and brush up, and then I actually brush in the direction of where my brow actually goes, the natural brow, which isn't much, but, and then what I will do is I will take the other end, and the color that I'm using, it's a number 3. I actually might drop down to a number 2 the next time I stop into Ulta or I need one. Let's see how much I have. So I kind of know. That's all I have left. So I don't have a whole lot. They don't give you a whole lot. And it's expensive. I think this is $24 to almost $25 compared to Anastasia's, which is her Brow Wiz is $21. So what I do is I outline my brows on the outside to give it a slight arch, and also fill in, and I'll start like right here and I will fill in to give myself a slight arch as well. And just so you guys know, your brows don't always have to match exactly. They don't have to be the same. They're sisters, they're not twins. So, and I've noticed this, and I've talked to a couple different people who are MUEs and very top-notch on YouTube, or as we call them, MUE YouTubers. And they have said the same thing. They're like, my brows don't always look the same. They do differ, and as we call them, Instagram brows, where it's kind of like an ombre look, where you go a little bit lighter here at the tip of your first part of your brow and then go in a bit darker. I kind of just do whatever my hand kind of decides to do that day. So I do try to go a little bit lighter. As you can see, I did try and you can see how a little bit darker they are. And some people have made fun of me. They're like, your brows suck. You're not telling me something that I don't know, because I'm not that great at brows. Plus the fact that I have such sparse brows, and I'll show you in a picture. Once I edit this video, you'll see how sparse my brows really are. So I have to fill them in. And I always, naturally, I do have dark brown hair. As you can see, my roots are already starting to come in after a week of getting it colored and bleached at my roots. But it is a very dark brown, almost black hair color. So, I mean, even if you look at Kylie Jenner, when she did her hair that blue, which I loved that blue color on her, and maybe one day I'll be able to do that, but not where I currently work right now. But she has naturally dark brown hair as well. And so she ended up doing her brows very dark brown as well. So don't just make fun of me, because I'm not perfect. I'm not an MUA. I'm just a MUE. I'm a makeup enthusiast. I love makeup and I like to play around with it. And there are no rules in makeup, as Laura Lee has always said and Manny MUA has said. And they are truly MUAs, as you can tell by all of their YouTube videos, their subscriber count, yada yada yada. So without further delaying, so I also use this just to outline and fill in slightly, and then I will use Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the color Soft Brown. And what I do is I will, with a slanted brush, which I will show you an example of one. Oops. Now this is BH Cosmetics. I was actually using Morphe today, but it's actually in my bathroom. but I will use a slanted brow like so, and I will just dip very lightly, and I will take off a lot of the product on the tip or on the edge of the outside of the Dip Brow Pomade, just so I don't have a whole lot on there, because I don't want it to be too dark unless I want to go dark. And I will fill in lightly with a very light hand. Now I also use the very end of the tip of my brush in order to use either, whether I'm using a pencil, I will use the very end of it so I'm not hard-handed, or I'll use the end of a brush when I'm filling it in. And I have tried to use like the hair-like strokes in the very tip of my brows, but my brows here, they curve over. They don't go straight up, and I don't have a whole lot to begin with. And then after I am done doing that, what I do is I will take, let me put these down. I will take a brush, this is BH Cosmetics number 13. And it, as you guys can see, it is already have some concealer on it. And to kind of make a more clean cut brow, I'll go ahead and just basically fill in. And then I obviously will smooth it out like so. So you would go in, I mean, I was using, just so you guys know, the product I was using for my concealer, I was using L'Oreal's True Match right here. And this is in light medium. And I will just dip very lightly onto it, and then I will just go ahead and fill in kind of like that. And then if I have to fix the tail, I will go ahead and fix it. They're never the same, doesn't matter. But just so you guys know, that's how I have been doing my brows. Sometimes I go light, or thin rather, and sometimes I go a little bit thicker. Just depends how much time I have in the morning, and since it's a weekend, I had a little bit more time. So this video may be a bit longer, so if you don't have the time to watch it, go ahead, save it, and come back later, because this is a true get ready with me, and we are going, and it's my very first get ready with me, so if I fuck up, oh well. I don't really care, because I don't care what other people are gonna say or think of me any longer, and I really haven't. There are some really cruel people out there, as we all know, who sit there and say mean and nasty things just to make themselves feel better, and I'm sure they are just insecure themselves. So if anybody does make fun of you because of your makeup or how you do your makeup or how you look, just fuck them. And also, the Get Ready With Me is actually going to be on Kylie Cosmetics, and we're going to do the weather collection, and we're going to be using Eye of the Storm palette, just so you guys are aware. I will do one with the Calm Before the Storm, and I'll also do eyeshadows, because this is going to be the eyeshadow ones. And then we also have 4 other ones, so 6 Kylie Cosmetics weather collection Get Ready With Me's. We're going to do 4 of her glitter eyeshadows, so I'm going to do one of those each. So there'll be 4 separate videos for those eyeshadows, because they're different colors. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, what I do after I do my eyebrows, and however you do this is up to you, but this is just me and how I do my makeup. I'll go ahead and next I will take a regular primer. Today we are going to be using Too Faced, because Kylie does not have an face primer. And this is the Hangover one, and I use this about 3 different areas. So I just use that much, and it's like a little pump. And I will just go ahead and put that all over, not to hopefully mess up my brows. Get a little bit down here, and then I'll do it on the same other side of my face. Now, I don't put it on my lids because I use a different primer, just so you guys know. And then, of course, on my forehead, and in between here, in between my eyebrows. So, hopefully you guys are having a good Easter, since today, the day that I'm recording this, is actually on Easter. And I know some people might do their primer first, then do their brows. So however you want to do it is totally up to you. Let me figure out where I need to put this. Now, I did notice as of recently, I have, and I don't think you guys can see, but I have found some big ass pores on my nose. So great for combination skin, yay. And I also will use the Smashbox Photo Finish for the pore minimizing just on my nose, just so you guys are aware. And because I have a green screen, I am trying to make sure that I don't use anything that is green. There is a slight possibility that you might see something that is invisible, and if you do, or it's clear like looking, it's because of the green screen, because I'm gonna do a Kylie Cosmetics weather collection background, just so you guys are aware. That is the only reason why I chose a green screen today. So the next thing that I will do, I have a little makeup bag, is let me go ahead and get a eye primer out, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to use today. So we have two choices. We have this one, the Japanesque. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And I just did receive this from Hey Hush not too long ago, and so it works pretty good. Otherwise, I use Lorac. And this is the behind the scenes eye primer. I think I'm gonna use Lorac today. Let's see how that goes. Now, if I do use any glitter, which we will with the glitter eyeshadows, I will be using Too Faced's glitter glue. Too Faced's. That's not really a word. But this is what it looks like, just so you guys know. You know, there's a little excess there. And I don't use too much. It's about as much as I use per lid. And we'll go ahead and just make sure that our lids are primed before we put on any eyeshadow, because I'll do my eyeshadow first, and then that way if I have any mistakes, since I know some of you guys might use tape on your eyes, on here, on this part of your eyes. I have in the past. I'm not doing it today, so it might be a bit messy. But anytime you have eyeshadow on and you make a mistake, or it's way out too far on the sides of your eyes or your face, your temples, you can always fix it by just using your foundation. So you go ahead and do that. And I also like to put this cute little Tony Moly guy on. This is Panda's Dream. It's a brightening eye base. And again, this came from Hey Hush. And I put this is what it looks like. It's white, but there is green around here, so this might look invisible. But you get so much product, guys. So let me pull this back down. It does work pretty good. I just put this right around my eye area. You can smear it on. It doesn't matter, because you're gonna blend it in anyways. This cap is really nice, but that way it doesn't dry out the product. Super cute panda guy. There's green, so that part's gonna be invisible, so you won't be able to see it. But I just like to tap this into my eyes, my under eye area. And sometimes, and I might as well use it. I'll show you another product that I use, even though I probably should have just used one. Let me find her. So I also have Becca Cosmetics, and I know I put this in a video recently on products that I own that I do not like, semi-anti haul, but I will show you how this works. So you can see how my eyes look right now. And it's funny that I have one eye that's a bit droopier than the other one that's a bit more open. This is the color, this is the medium to deep. I literally tap once or twice. There is not that much product on, because you don't need a whole lot. And I just kind of tap it into where my eyes droop a little bit. It honestly, just so you guys can see this product, it honestly does not do that much. If you have dark circles, which I have some, but nothing crazy, it works okay, but I do have some droopy eyes, which has happened as I have aged. I'm trying to figure out what I should do with them. I might go the route of Botox, and I've never been one who's been interested in that stuff, but because this one droops more, as you can see here, compared to this eye, I figured might as well try that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look I'm getting my brushes. These are all BH Cosmetic brushes, by the way, even though it's in a Morphe can. But we are going to set the brushes aside. So this is Eye of the Storm. And this is the palette that we will be using today. And let's see. So I already did a video on this. So if you did not see it, go ahead and take a look at that. And look at all the swatches. And I hate the fact that she does not have a clear plastic cover, because this is what happens when you don't. As you can see, it falls out all over the place. So let me grab a quick towel. I did bring paper towels in this time to kind of clean this up a little bit. And I'm trying to decide which colors we will use today. And I'm not gonna base it on what I'm wearing. My top is black and green, teal. So I wonder what this top's gonna actually look like behind green screen. So we will see how that looks, because it's kind of a teal, like a teal green, I guess you could say. So I might look half invisible, or you won't even be able to see it, or it might be clear looking. So these are our colors, and it is a very small palette. So I'm going to use a base, I'm going to use a transition, and I think I might use this one. This one color you might not be able to see, but it looks like it's got some yellow, but it's got like a green tone to it. So I might use that color, which I'm going to point to it. And then I'll show a picture here or here of the palette. That way you know what color I'm pointing to. It's called Cyclone, right down here. So let's go ahead and see what brushes we will use. So let's use our base, or I don't need that for something else. So we'll just go ahead. I'm losing my brushes. So we're just gonna go ahead, and I'm going to tap into, let's see, it looks like Star Glaze, which is this color here. As you can see, I put some on my brush already. Now sometimes you can, whether or not I want to use transition or a base, and because I do not have any crease in my eyes, and I'm not using any lashes today, guys. Sorry to disappoint, but I've got some things I have to do today. And I'm still going through a lot of editing of videos. And I know some people might go all the way up into their brow bone, which I do if it's just a base color, like that. But you can't even see this color anyway, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference. And we might fuck up this video, and it's okay if we do, because we're just having fun, we're practicing, yada yada yada. So as a transition color to that, I really don't know what color I want to use. So we might go, this is where it gets tricky, where I don't know. I do want to kind of see if I can use this other color, which I will show you in just a second. It is called Moon and Back, which is this guy. And you can see I have some of that color on to kind of see if we can. Now, as I'm doing this without a real mirror. I'm just using the camera. So we will see how well this stuff goes on. Her shadows go on my lids. So you can see where a crease would be right into my brow bone there. And sometimes I absolutely hate having monolids. Sometimes it's okay. So see how it's messy? It doesn't matter because it's gonna get blended eventually anyways. So as I'm bending over, because I have brushes that are sitting on a paper towel right now, and just so you guys know, after this video I'm gonna do another quick video that I didn't have a chance to do a couple nights ago because it was just getting too late. but I have all the products that I am going to be doing for Instagram and YouTube giveaways, just so you are aware. Now, actual physical products are only US, are available for only US shipping, because I cannot afford to ship internationally for physical products. For any of my international folks, I may ask you if you are international. Actually, I will ask if you're international. That way I could do a different giveaway for you guys, specifically like a gift card or products that you would like within a budget, within my budget or something. Like Beauty Bay, I think is one of the bigger ones that we could use. We could use ColourPop possibly. I know their products are a bit expensive. Sorry, I keep shaking the camera there. So we'll talk about that in my next video. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this color. It looks green, so you may not be able to see it. It might be invisible to you guys, but I wanted to use a transition color. But I didn't know, and I really don't want to use yellow. That yellow is bright. But let's see what we can do for a transition. So, what will go good with that color? Actually, I think I'm going to use this yellow color. Or it almost looks like yellow. It's called Electric, which is right up here. And let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot a setting spray. Oops, I might have to pause this. So I start in the corner of my eye, just so you guys know. Now I don't go over the whole entire lid with this color, since it's just a transition. And it is very hard to see using just my camcorder. So I don't have a mirror, and of course she didn't give me one. So let's see what happens here, guys. So, and then I'm actually going to use the opposite end and dip into this color. Ooh, looks like a lot of fallout. And so many people have told me that she's got really good pigmentation. So we'll wait and see how this color looks. There will be a lot of silence, just so you guys know, because I'm going to be playing some music in the background when I actually edit this video, just so you guys know. And no, my blending skills are not the best. Remember, I'm just an MUE. I'm not perfect at this stuff. Takes practice, takes a lot of time, takes patience. So don't be upset if you can't get a specific look the way you want right off the bat, because it takes a lot of time. And I may end up dipping back into that transition that I was using, Electric, again. But I kind of like that color, although I think it is a green, so you guys might not be able to see this very well. But we'll hope for the best. So, have any of you guys used or purchased or have Kylie Cosmetics products? If you do, make a comment below so I know. It actually didn't turn out too bad. Not as bad as I thought. Again, this is my first get ready with me, so let's see. I'm gonna dip back into this electric color for that transition. But not too much, hopefully. And you know what I always find? I do one eye like really, really good, and the other eye looks like crap. So I do end up going over. But again, using an eye primer helps so much to keep these colors, especially if there ends up being any fallout. And I don't want to go too dark. This actually, I'm getting really close, guys. So you can see the yellows in that one color, but it definitely is a green, so probably shouldn't have chosen a green screen as a background, but it's a little too late to change now. So that doesn't look too bad, but I'm trying to match the eyes a little bit. Now I was going to use the yellow eyeliner, but I think I might use that maybe on the blue glitter and see how that looks, the glitter eyeshadow. So I'm pretty happy for the most part with the way this is looking. I don't want to keep playing around with it, but that's what we have for that. Now, what do we want to do for our under eye? Should we do the same color? Should we do, actually, you know what? We'll just do something very similar. And we'll just we're using electric again, just to go into the under eye, and then we'll go into the green, which is that cyclone color again. So you know what we did yesterday, guys? So we ended up, because you do want to connect these from the outside of the eyeshadow in, if you're doing any colors on your waterline. So you guys know we have a puppy. Hold on, little itch. And she has had some accidents while we potty train her, obviously. And we have had her since she was, hold on, 9 weeks old. Had some in my eyelash there. See, working with monolids is a pain, but I do the best I can as a learner. But anyway, so we're done with these colors. Here's your colors again. And I might go into the green a little bit more. I'm just afraid you guys aren't going to be able to see this now that I chose that green screen instead. I was going to use black, but probably should have, but we're all done using those colors as of right now. So let me go ahead and just put this back into its box. And yes, I do keep all of my original boxes for the most part until they get to a point where we can't use them anymore. So that's that color. Now we are going to go ahead and use an eyeliner, which I have to decide which one I want to use. So we're going to use, should we use, so I don't have my sharpener in here, so we are going to use Urban Decay's 24/7 waterline for my waterline. But we're gonna go ahead, and I did bring Q-tips because I want to show you guys a neat trick that I use. And I'm not gonna do a wing look today. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how things go, because doing wing look without using a hold on. We can try and use NYX, I guess, but see, it has a slight ball in it. So we can use this and see how this turns out. I'm having second thoughts, but yeah, I'm having second thoughts. So let's just use, and I do need a slight mirror, so because I don't have a mirror, I'll have to use my phone. Oh, my phone would work. I've been having issues with this iPhone 8 Plus lately. So I'm using Clio, the Gel Presso in the golden black, just so you guys know. It actually just turns, and you can see how dull it is, but you don't sharpen it. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, wow. That color is bright as fuck, you guys. And I don't think I'm going to do a wing look today. I will on my next video, I promise. And I won't use a green screen. Just so you guys know. Sorry for the silence. Now, as you guys know, I'm no longer on Twitter, but here's what I'm doing with my eyes. Now, if you ever make a mistake, your best friend are Q-tips. So, actually, I might try and do a wing. Let's see. But it's just gonna be a very small one. And I always suck in doing the wing on my right eye. My right eye, yeah. It's not too bad. It's hard to tell. Hold on, let me check my mirror. I'm a phone. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, guys. And then if you do mess up, just know that you can use a Q-tip. Q-tips, they are your friend. So, not that end. You want to go with the end that's a little less, is not as puffy, I guess you could say. And you can smooth out that. And then you also smooth out your eyeshadow, but that's okay. No, this is not going to be perfect, you guys, just so you know. But that's what I do if I am ever... Let me get my brush here. I can fix the eyeshadow, especially on this side. But if you're ever in a bind and you realize you really fucked up or you fucked up your eyeliner, you can definitely use a Q-tip. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this eyeliner. I mean, it's okay. But looking in a mirror would definitely be better. As opposed to my camcorder. But we work with what we have since I don't have a vanity. Hopefully when we move in 3 more months. Actually, oh my god, it's April. It's April 1st. April Fools. We move in 2 months. 2.5 months. Practically 3. 3 months as of yesterday, because we have to be out of here by June 30th. But we decided not to stay where we're at. We're going to be moving, but not too far, like 20 minutes down the road somewhere. But that is the eye look. Now I do want to blend it out just a little bit more. So I might actually need that palette again. Whoop. I'm just so sad now. You guys might not be able to see this eyeshadow because of my stupid green choice of using a green screen. Now, I didn't really do a great job of faking a crease, but that's okay. So hopefully, if you guys have plans today for Easter, which we don't, and I don't like to talk about my personal life too much, but my son is visiting home, and I'm actually going home this week. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I used a different brush. I dipped into the yellow on accident. My son is visiting family, so I will be traveling starting tomorrow night. I probably should have put on false lashes. It would have made this look a lot better, a lot nicer, but I just don't have the patience today to do that. So, okay, now that we have done our eyes to the best, even though that wing is not great. That one, this eye, I swear I always do the perfect wing, but this one, it's never good. Actually might try and fix it. Let's see. Not that great. Fuck it, we're just gonna leave it. I feel like now I have to go out a little bit more here. But that's okay. I'm not great at wings. I rarely do them too. Now, what foundation are we going to use? Because we already have our primer on. We've done our eyebrows. We've blended out to the best that we can. Just one second, guys. So I wanted to blend this a little bit. Now when you have monolids, it's not like you have a whole lot to work with. So this is pretty much what I get to work with because I don't have that crease. So we'll go ahead and pick our poison for our foundation. Now I'm going to use two different foundations, you guys. I'm going to be using Tarte, which is the High Performance Natural Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. We're also going to be using YSL All Hours Foundation because this is super dark on my skin tone. As you can see, this is my natural skin tone. You can also see base by my neck. And then this is actually true to my skin tone. So we're going to mix these two together. And you might be asking, oh, how are we going to do that? So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by, and I will show you. Here is the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation, and this is the YSL. Now what I'm going to do is actually put some on my hand, and then this one's got a pump. This one actually, the Tarte one just kind of pops up a little bit and has this thick ass applicator. And then we will use a beauty blender. This is Real Techniques and I wash it every day. It is still a little dirty, but you can't get it completely 100% clean. So let's go ahead and this is in medium sand, medium tan honey. So I will show you what it looks like because you do need to get a lot on here on my hand. That way you guys can see what it looks like. Yeah, you guys see me pumping a lot out in here, this thing, right? So this is what the Tarte Shape Tape one looks like. And you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, Katie, you used so much right there. No, honey, I didn't. I really didn't. But I always put things back in their original boxes. If I need more, I'll grab more. And then you do have to shake this up really good. It does state that on the box, which is, I do have the box, it's just in my bathroom. And I will just, so you can see. Let me put that right on there. And then those are the two colors. As you can see as they mix. I like to mix it up myself. And that's the color that we're going to be using. And as you can see, And you know what? This is not as easy on my, and obviously in the camera as it is right here on my phone. So try not to mess up my under eye makeup. And we will just put this on. Now I know some people use the fast forward when they edit. I don't. And if you guys want me to in the future, just let me know and I can test that out. That way we can clean up some of this excess fallout here. Now I also put this on my neck just because of the type of shirt I'm wearing. You don't have to do it every single time, but I do if I'm wearing a lower neck. If my shirt is a bit lower or a V-neck. And just be careful around your brows. At least I try to be careful around my brows so I don't have to redo them. This is about as close to a regular mirror that I am probably going to get until I can buy a vanity set or a vanity. So let's go ahead and go on our neck. That way we match. Do a little bit on my ears. That way we're not too white out. And that's all that's left. Damn, you guys, I really wish I didn't use the green screen today. But it's a little bit too late now. Now, I don't know what you guys do next, but for me, I then use my concealer. And today, I'm trying to figure out which concealer should we use. And I am gonna fill in up in here. Just, I'm not done yet with my eyes, so this is just the foundation. So you can see it looks a lot better. And you can see that skincare actually works really good. But as you can see, I did try to just match my neck to my face. That way it's not like one color here and lighter down here. And then we are going to use, we're going to use L'Oreal. And I like to mix it up. I do have ColourPop and L'Oreal, just so you guys know. And that's what the color looks like. And I do put it under my eyes. And I do kind of like a upside down triangle. Or I can just draw one. And put one on my nose. And I do go on my forehead. Some people do it on their nose too. I did also bring in a contour. I just don't know if I'm going to contour today. And you always, well, for me, I always drag down when I do my my concealer. Again, just be careful. Of your on your waterline, because you don't want, oh, I mean, you can redo it, which I might touch up a little bit. And then of course, and you want to know the next thing that I do? So that's done. I mean, that bump, I can never get it fully away. As far as the blemish itself goes. So, and see how much that was. This is what it looks like every day. So the next thing that I do is I go ahead and I'm going to use a setting powder. The setting powder I'm using is Too Faced Peach Perfect, which is in the Mattifying Loose Setting Powder infused with peach and sweet fig cream. So this is how much I have left. Let me try and even it out. So I bought this back in November and it's now April and I still have a decent amount left. That's what it looks like. It's got a cute little peach. What I do is I actually just tap some into the lid, and it's not too much. Let me just set this over here. Again, I take my beauty blender and I will bake. I might need more of this, honestly. I just try and be careful around my brows. But it's okay if the setting powder gets on that. I do this in all of my areas that are oily. And sometimes I put it on my cheek. It just depends what I'm trying to do that day. And I do get oily right in here, the corners of my eyes. So we're almost done here. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put foundation or concealer here and here, which I usually do as well, but today I didn't need to since it was not as red as it normally is. So I let that sit for a second. And then what I take is, I actually take a kabuki brush, which this is from MAC, and this is 170. You can't see it because it's like wearing down, but this is what it looks like. Do a little dance, do a little twirl. And I just smooth this on out. As you can see. Sometimes I put it on my neck too, but I didn't do it today. So, sorry guys. But I would normally do it on my neck too. And this is, as you can start to see, starting to look very flawless in the way that my makeup is being put on. You can kind of see it right there still, but it's not going to be perfect. I can actually go to a dermatologist and get them to fix it, but again, that costs money, and I ain't rich for that because that's not covered by insurance. So the next thing that I do, and I'm almost out of this product, sorry guys, I use Dwarfs, and this is the, hold on, this is Dwarf Skin Nude Air in beige. So this is the finishing powder. This is what it looks like. I bought this at the end of May, and I'm still have the ability to use it. There's not much left though. It does have a mirror, but it's dirty as fuck. So I don't need a whole lot of this, and it did come with its own little Christian Dior brush, or little powder brush. So as you can see, and I do put this on over my finishing powder. And up here and over here. On the top of my forehead. And it's okay if you get it on your eyebrows, it's fine. Can actually lighten it up if it's too dark. So we're done with that, and then you know what I decided to do? So I think we will go ahead and we will use Kylie's pressed powder highlight and see how that works. Oop. It's not very easy to open up, I've noticed, at least for her weather collection. This is the first time I've actually purchased any of her collection stuff. I usually just get the liquid lipsticks, but ooh, it fell all over me. But again, this is why I don't like products that do not have a plastic cover, but here you guys go. Very small mirror, and I do need a blush, so let's go with the blush. which the only blush I have is Tarte, and this is the Party blush. Not much left. And I actually will use the blush, the same blush brush as I do for my highlight. You don't need too much blush. This is just how I do my makeup. You can do it however you want to. There's no right or wrong. I might add up more. So, what color should we use, you guys? We've got, this one is, hold on, I'm trying to read this because it's holographic. Hold on. Golden Hour is this one. Then we have Daydream, Stratus, and Cloud 9. So I'm going to say, because some of these are a little pinky, I'm going to use Stratus, which is this bronzy one. So let's see how this one looks. The only thing I don't like about most of hers, I mean, look at that. Tap it out. Most of her highlights is they get super loose all over the place and there's so much fallout even when you tap it off. So that's kind of how I do my highlight. I don't have like super high cheekbones, but I have some. I always feel like I can never see it on my right side. I'm sure I'm blinding you guys with my highlight. And I do have all 4 lights on. I did not put them on. Put a little bit on my nose. Sometimes I will put it on my chin, just the way you look. And I do put a little bit up here. On both sides of above my eyebrows. Now what I also will do is I will use a little bit of highlighter and I'll fill in here just so I have a little bit of glow. So you guys can see there. So you can see, and sometimes I put it right on my Cupid's bow, and we're done with that. Don't worry guys, we're almost done. And then the lipstick, I was gonna use Too Faced, but I gotta see, just bear with me one second, I gotta move a little. So out of her, she does have a cream lipstick collection, which you guys know, and I'm just worried. This color actually is pretty close to the one that I would be using. So this is Pink Chocolate by Too Faced. Too Faced. And then we have Kylie's, which this is a chocolate souffle, and that's that color. And then this color, it's messy. Look how, I mean, a little bit similar. So I'm actually going to use Kylie since this is the Weather collection, even though I did not buy any of her lipsticks from the Weather collection. But my lips are dry. I don't have any chapstick in here. But that's okay. So I do like that she writes her name, Kylie, on there. So you can kind of see that right there. So we'll give this guy, let's do a little test here. That's not too bad. Look how white my lips are. Ooh, girls. So, a little too dark for me. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. Alright. My lips are a bit dry, guys. It is winter. Well, technically spring, but so this is the chocolate souffle in her cream lipstick, just so you guys can see it on my skin. And I still look a bit white, a little bit washed out, just based on the I think I need to add a little bit more blush. And sometimes we do that. We go back and forth. And I definitely don't need any more highlight. So, oh, you know what? I might contour a little. Even though I probably should have did that first, but I use the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. It's a super cute box. It does come with a contour glamour guide, and it actually even shows you some looks that you can do. But I like this because it actually works pretty good. It does have a sheet in there. It does have a mirror, and you also get a cute little brush. Now the brush that I usually use is not in here, so we'll just, and remember guys, I suck at contouring, so I'm not going too crazy. And then now this brush sometimes works okay. I might have to get a different brush because it's not doing what I want it to do. Maybe it's a kabuki. And I use circular motions. No, it's almost like I erased it all, but that's alright. I don't think I really want to contour today. Okay, so I fucked that up real good. I told you guys I wasn't good at contouring. I do want to try the Benefits Hoola though. So, this is... Hold on, folks. Let me just put this stuff away. So I do want to say that this is like our final look, even though I don't have lashes on. But here you guys go. So the green, I don't even know if you can see it. I would use a setting spray also. But, oh, the thing is that I did want to do is I wanted to try, I don't know if I can do it. Sometimes I'm good at it, and sometimes I'm not. I try and contour my crooked ass nose. Oh, this brush. Because it just makes my eyebrows look really out of whack. But it's not working today. We're not contouring well today. No guys, it's okay. Don't hate me. But the cream lipstick, it's a bit too dark for me, guys. But this is, I mean, we wanted to use the Weather collection even though I didn't have her lipsticks for the Weather collection. But we used her eyeshadow, we used her highlights, we used a Kylie lipstick. So that's kind of the look that we got today. So this is how I do my makeup most of the time. So whether, oh, you know what? I wanted to do one other thing. Sorry, guys. Where did it go? What's this one? Pretty sure it was this guy. But let me get it out. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to do it today just to see how it turns out. Put a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. But it's not really turning out the way I want it to. Like I said, it takes practice, guys. So that's what we've got today. So this is the Eye of the Storm palette, and I know it's green. I have a fucking green screen, so I do apologize, but I will take a picture and I will post it right here, or maybe over here, for you guys to see the final result, since it did have some green in it. So I apologize ahead of time. But we won't be using a green screen on the Calm Before the Storm for another video on another day, because I'm not going to take this all off and do this again. And then we'll do the 4 different glitters. You have marks. The 4 different glitter eyeshadows as well, which we will be using a glitter glue for that. And we'll try out her yellow pot eyeliner as well and see how that works. So here's your final look. Tell me whether you love it, you hate it, I suck at makeup, or not. I know I suck at makeup a little bit, but here's a close-up of the eyes. Better wing look on this one than that one, but I am not perfect in makeup. So, and I will always admit that, and I have always admitted it even on Twitter way before I even deactivated my account. And yes, I deactivated my account. I did not get kicked off, or anybody got me kicked off by reporting me for anything. So there's nothing to report that was reportable, honestly. So anyways, that is all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe, turn on your notifications by hitting that bell button. And if you are subscribed, I want to thank you personally for continuing to watch me and liking my videos and commenting. I know it's mostly the same people, but hopefully you guys, we will get there. We will get there, guys. Don't worry. We will get back to where we needed to be. It's just tough when I don't use Twitter anymore and I'm only on Instagram. But I did reopen my Facebook, so you can find me on my Facebook. And you can find it under Soko Beauty Blogs, even though I haven't really posted any looks there. So enjoy your Easter Sunday with your friends and family. And if you don't celebrate, enjoy your Sunday, fun day, and I will see you guys here probably next weekend, and we will do another look with Kylie's weather collection, and we will use Calm Before the Storm, right? That is what it's called, yeah, Calm Before the Storm, since we used Eye of the Storm today. And if you have any questions or comments, drop a line below. Love you guys, thanks, bye.